Hey everybody, it's Lance the Lush back on the back porch once again, and today we're looking at Ohio Brewing Company's Buckeye Blonde. Now Lush fans, this I usually see on tap. Now I know they've been making it for a while, and it says right on the bottle that it's contract brewed with Rust Belt Brewing out of Youngstown. Now I'll also say that I know there's a difference between draft, bottles, and cans. You know, some people can't taste the difference. I can to an extent, but that's neither here or there. Now, I will tell you right on the bottle is our Belgian Wit Ale, a very refreshing, easily drinkable ale with a subtle spicy finish. It will take you back to the cafes of Brussels right here in the USA. Now, as you might know, I had actually did an interview with Chris Vernick, owner of Ohio Brewing, back during Rubber City Brew Fest. And I want to get an update right now. Now he has a restaurant opening, hopefully right here in my neighborhood in the Highland Square area. Now I don't have a timetable when it's going to be open, but I did see the sign, so it's definitely incoming. Now looking at the bottle, let you know it's 5% alcohol by volume, and the IBUs are 18. Now looking at some other information here. Now I went online, and here's what it said on its official webpage. Now the IBUs are 21. Now between the bottle and the webpage, I'm inclined to go with the bottle because that's back when it was made. Now I know this beer has been out since 2011. But I will say this: on Beer Advocate there is no score, and there's 8 reviews. Now on Rate Beer there is also no score, and there's 10 reviews. Now it's definitely the first review in the world. But my question is, what do people like about it? And the reason I bring that up is, it's been a mixed bag, what I've seen as far as the reviews. So this Lush is going to look right now. If I can get the bottle open. Now, as I take a smell, I do smell a little coriander in there. Now, I'm not sure, and I'll look it up again. And I'll give you an update if I see something different. Now the pour, it actually pours really, really good. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say blonde, but I'd say more of a dirty blonde. Now, it's definitely cloudy. Now, go back and look at the bottle for a minute, and you really can't tell because I'm in a little bit of shade. I really don't see any sediment at the bottom. And I got a bee that just won't go away, as you can see there. I have a big issue with bees out here for some strange reason. I go for the smell. Now I do get that citrus smell in it. And I do smell a little bit of coriander. I'm trying to see if I can pick up anything else, and I really, really can't. And it's also to note that it did give me about a finger and a half ahead. As we take a little taste. Now, when I'm looking at this, I wouldn't call it necessarily a Belgian wit. So I'm trying to think the best way to describe this. I don't necessarily call it, it's definitely not craft. Let me start that over. It's definitely not a homebrew. It's definitely not, you know, what you expect. It's definitely different. And you know what? That's the Akron way. Now, somebody like me, and I should have really said this because I can really taste the difference. There's definitely a difference between a bottle and in a keg out of a tap. And let me explain. I'm not talking about cold because this is cold. Maybe just a difference because it's sitting. Now, looking at the bottle again, I keep going back to the bottle. There's no dating on it of any kind, so I really couldn't tell you as far as there's something different out there. Not different, but like, is there a timetable on it or whatnot? Especially me, this is the first time I've actually seen it on a shelf in a bottle in about a year. So like I said, this is really, really, really spotty. I'm trying to think of something to say about it. Well, I take that back. It definitely has that baking spice to it. I'm starting to really get that now as I've taken a couple more sips. And I'm trying to really think of anything else to say about it. I mean, this is definitely your pub beverage if you want something a little bit out of the ordinary. Now, I would actually pair this with pastries. I know that sounds strange, but pastries. It'd really go good with a really sweet pastry. There's nothing wrong with that if you like that. That'd be the way to go with this. I mean, there's not really a lot of latency. I see not really a lot of carbonation. Maybe because of the age of the beverage in the bottle. I'm not totally sure, especially if there's no dating on it. Now, I will say it's a clean white head, which is always good. Now, you're probably wondering as I ramble, what kind of Chocoboost I'm going to give this. I'm going to give it one more taste. You know, people say that, and I've seen this on the reviews, either a few people like it, but a lot of people are just hammering it. And people calling it cheap, off the cuff. You know, best way of saying is like one of those home brews decided to go into the craft business. I really don't think so. Chris did a really good job with this. And I recommend you going back to the interview I had with him. We talked a little about the brews. We also talked about the location we're talking about getting ready to open, excuse me. But this is definitely, I definitely give it 3.5 Chocoboost, a strong one. Now, if I do another review on this when I need to, I think I'm going to do that sweet pastry and beer pairing. And that give me a little bit more better of a gauge, especially with the spice in it, on what this beverage should be. Well, Lush fans, you finally heard me finish rambling. This is Buckeye Brewing Company's Buckeye Blonde Ale, and hopefully you'll join me again for the next edition of Lance the Lush.